Yes. Yeah, good evening all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So today just I will be going with the fundamentals of Python, right? So how to define variables, right? Defining variables in Python.
ఇంకా 10 minutes
Okay.
later పట్టుకుంటా.
So I'll be discussing 4 cases here. See, in Python supports dynamic data types, right? Python supports dynamic data types. If you're assigning 10 to x, what kind of variable created means integer variable, because what value you are assigning to x, based on the value assigned, the variable is going to get created dynamically. There is a function in Python, type function, type of x. What is the type of x? Data type of x, int type. Why it is int? Because you assigned a integer value to x. Y equal to 4.5. Type of y. What is the type of y? Yes. Type of y, float type. Yes. So everyone please try to respond. I want the sessions to be interactive, right? So z equal to, for example, like ACT name, Pune. Type of z.
String data type.
Type is string, because you assigned a string. So based upon what value you are assigning, the variable is going to get created accordingly. If you're assigning a float type. If you're assigning a string type. Are you seeing any disturbance in my voice?
No.
Okay.
No.
So,
Oh, sir, it's clear.
for example, if I am creating a list like this, type of W is what type? Type of W is what type?
List data type.
List data type, list of values, string, float. Yes, compulsorily we need to assign some value to the variables in Python. If you're not assigning, it gives error, because the variable cannot be created. What kind of variable to be created depends upon what value you are assigning, right? So here, to understand much better, I'm going to discuss 4 cases here. What happens internally? Later I'll show you all these things practically, right? Yes, defining variables. Case 1. Whenever you say x equal to 10, whenever you define some variable x equal to 10, an object gets created. A object gets created with value 10. The object is going to occupy some address. So it is going to occupy some memory address location. So it is stored at so and so location. Observe, x equal to 10, an object gets created. It's going to get created at some so and so location, right? So here 3 things. What x is storing? Try to understand here. What x stores? Don't say like x storing 10. X stores the address. X stores this address. So here 3 things you need to understand. Print x, if we say print x, prints what it prints? Prints the content at that address. At that address, right? Prints the content at that address. What is the content at that address?
10.
What is the content at that address is 10, right?
Ten.
Whenever you say print x, it goes to this address and prints whatever present at that address. What is present at that address? 10. If I want to print the address only, print, there is a function, ID function, ID of x, right? ID of x. Prints the address of x. Prints the address of x. What is the address of x? 103070.
3070.
And if you want to print the data type of X prints the prints the data type of X. Prints the data type of X, right? People from non-programming or zero programming try to make notes parallelly, right? So it looks much better, whatever you are understand. So print X, ID of X, type of X. Prints the data type of X. What data type? Integer type. Print X means prints the content. Simply you say print X prints the content. ID of X prints the address where exactly it is stored. Type of X means what value you are assigning. If you are integer value, yes. If anything in decimals, it's float. Print X, ID of X, type of X. Later I'll show you these things practically. Fine. Now observe this case 2. Four cases I'll be discussing here. In this case 2, you observe this case 2 now, right? X value 10, Y is 20. X is 10, Y is 20. Now try to answer everyone. How many objects gets created here?
2.
How many? Yes.
2 objects.
2 objects, right? For 10, 1 object. For 21 object. And they are going to occupy some memory location address. This is the address. Okay, 10, some address randomly I'm giving. Okay, now try to answer. If I say print X, everyone try to answer, right? You can give a response through voice or through, you can type your response even in the chat panel. Print X, what is that print X?
10.
10. Print ID of X, address.
103070.
103070. Type of X, integer type. So printing the content, printing the address, printing the type. These things you need to understand. Whenever you define any value, right? So yesterday I was saying any organization, right? Use case has got data, and any organization has got a data and operation. Data represented using data types and variables, right? Data types and variables. As I was talking about, if you take an example of a bank, customers, employee, customers will have data, customer name, account number, address, balance. We need to represent with some data types and variables required. And for employees also, employee ID, name, salary, designation, right? For all this, we go for data types and variables. Now try to answer print Y. What is the value of Y?
20.
20. ID of Y. 1040.
90.
Type of Y. What will be the type of Y?
Integer.
Type of Y will be integer, right? Two different variables X, Y with two different values 10, 20 with two different objects, right? With two different addresses. Two different variables with two different values, two different objects with two different addresses. This is fine. Case 1 and 2. But observe this case 3, little different. Yeah. Case 3. If X value is 10, Y is 10. Now try to answer how many objects created here?
2 objects.
Everyone.
2 objects.
Everyone, try to answer how many?
2 objects.
Observe carefully here. Only one object is created. Only one object. Observe. This is fine. X equal to 10. One object created. It is going to occupy some address. The address given to X. But before creating object for Y, it checks if any object with value 10 is already available. If available, the same address will be given to Y. If Y equal to 10, the same address, right? The same address will be given to Y. So if X is 10, Y is 10, if Z also 10, right? If X is 10, Y is 10, Z also 10. 3 objects won't be created. Only one object and its address is given to X, Y, and Z, right? 10, 10, 10. Only one object. Its address is given to all. But if X,
It happened because of the same address.
no, same value. X value is same, Y value is same, Z value is same. So don't think
Okay.
like 3 objects with values 10 will be duplicate objects, like 10, 10, 10 objects won't be created. But if X value 10, Y is 20, Z is 30, how many objects?
3.
Three.
If the value is different, 3 different values, 3 different objects. If the values are same, only one object. The same object address is given to all, right? So here X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z, they are going to share the same content and the address. X, Y, and Z, they will share the same content at 10. They will share the same address. Now, can I say like this? Print X, print Y, yes, print X, print Y, and print Z. What is that value? 10. Print X, print Y, print Z. Print ID of X,
103070.
ID of Y, yes.
1037.
So all these addresses are same, right? Address of X, address of Y, address of Z. For all these three, the same address, 103070. And the type also will be integer type for all these three, right? Yes.
Yes.
So if you have got any queries, you can ask me up, right? I'll provide some more examples on this. Yes. Now, understood, right? If the values are same, one object. If the values are different, multiple objects. Now, observe this. Case 4. Case 4, right? If X value is 10, here no Y. X value 10, X value 20, here now Y. X and X only here, X and X only. How many objects here?
2.
Yes.
One object with different values.
Only one.
So here, observe carefully. For X equal to 10, one object. For 20, again, one more object. So objects are created for the values. If same value, one object. If different values, different objects. But okay, one more thing you need to understand. So here, yes. Here, if I say print X, try to answer what is the X value it prints.
20.
10 or 20.
Error.
Whether it will print 10 or 20 or both or error.
Error.
20.
Error.
See, very simple. Your
The
salary.
last updated.
20.
For example, your salary last year it is 50,000. Your
Latest
salary,
updated.
your salary this year it's 80,000. Print salary, what it prints?
80,000.
Latest.
Present.
80,000.
Your
Present
age,
salary.
yes. Print X means the latest one.
20.
X value is 20, the
20.
latest salary. Print ID of X.
104080.
Latest value.
Type of X will be integer.
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 Now this is fine, but I want to print this 10. How can I print this 10? Again, if I say print X,
By ID.
again, if I say print X, will it print 20 or 10?
20.
20.
Again, 20 only. Again, 10 times if I say prints 20 only, right?
20 only.
Yes.
But I want to print this value 10.
So
You have to
using
give-
address.
We have to change the address by using this.
We have to
you-
assign again X
Yeah.
with 10 value.
Reassign.
So if I want to print this 10, right? If I want, is there any, what happens to this object 10? What happens to this? Can I print the value 10? Is there any possibility to print the value 10?
Mention the
Maybe-
ID name with the address.
So
Address.
what happens to this object 10? Can we
It is
print it?
overwritten.
Erase.
Can we print? Overwriting means only one object. In that object 10 will be overwritten with 20. But here two different objects created, right?
Correct.
Overwriting means 10 will be 10 will be overwritten means 20. Only one object should have been created.
Sir,
So
maybe
the-
it is deleted.
Yeah. What to know what happens to this object, right? A small, like you need to know something about a concept called garbage collector. It's too early to discuss that concept now, but just I'll give an overview to know what happens to an object. So to understand that, so later in our course, I'll be discussing about the garbage collector in brief with multiple examples, but just I'll give an overview as of now to know what happens to this object. Right. I'll go back to this case 3 for explaining it. Right. Case 3. Now, garbage collector. Then what it does is removes unused objects, removes unused objects
Yeah.
or unreferred objects. Unreferred objects. Unreferred objects means, see here, this object 10 is referred by X, Y, and Z. 3 objects they are pointing, they are referred, right? But objects unused or unreferred objects. See, you may ask, what do you mean by unused or unreferred objects? Unused or unreferred means objects whose reference count becomes 0. Objects whose reference count becomes 0. Means objects whose reference count becomes 0, right? Means object whose reference count becomes 0. We call them as unused or unreferred objects. Then if any object's reference count becomes 0, then immediately these objects gets removed. These objects gets removed automatically by the garbage collector. Observe this. Whenever any object reference count becomes 0, then immediately these objects gets removed automatically by the garbage collector, and we call them as unused or unreferred. But you may get, what do you mean by reference count becoming 0? What is reference count first? What is reference count? And how it becomes 0? Very simple. Reference count means number of variables. Number of variables pointing to an object. Number of variables pointing to an object. Number of variables pointing to an object. Or number of variables pointing to an object, or number of variables storing address of a object. Number of variables pointing to an object, or number of variables storing address of a object. Now try to answer to understand this reference count and garbage collector. Now there is an object 10. How many variables are pointing to this object 10? What is the
Three.
reference count? So what is the reference count?
3.
3. Why 3? Because how many variables pointing? 3 variables.
Very.
Number of variables pointing to an object will give the reference count. 3 variables are pointing, so reference count 3. R. Number of variables storing address of an object. X is storing this address, Y is storing the same address. So reference count is 3. Understood, right? What is reference count means? How many variables pointing to a object? Slowly, what do you do? Slowly, we modify the Y value to 20. Means a new object 20 created with a new address. That address is given to Y. Now Y is pointing to the new object. Y is not pointing to this. Y is not pointing to this. So X and Z only pointing. What is the reference count now for 10? 2, right?
2.
Only X and Z are pointing. Now Y is made to point to a new object. Now Y is not pointing to this. Slowly I modified the Z value also to 30. Now Z value 30 means a new object created with some new address. That address is given to Z. Now Z is pointing to the new object. Z is not pointing to this. Z is not pointing to this. What is the reference count of this object 10? How many variables?
1.
Only one variable X is pointing. Previously X, Y, Z 3 variables were pointing. Now only X is pointing, right? So reference count is 1. Slowly I modified the X value also to 50. Now a object 50 is created within some address, right? The address is given to X. The address is given to X. Now X is pointing to the new object. X is not pointing to this. What is the reference count now?
0, sir.
Reference count is
0.
0. No variables are pointing to this object 10. No variables are referring to this object 10. Reference count 0 means unused or unreferred object, right? It is unused or unreferred objects. Then immediately this object is going to get removed by the garbage collector. Understood, everyone? How reference count becomes 0
Yes, sir.
and how garbage collector removes that object from the memory.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, so based on this discussion, right? Based on this observation, now we will go back to this case 4. Now try to forget about X equal to 20 for a while. See that only X equal to 10. A object 10 is there. What is the reference count of this object 10? How many variables are pointing?
0, sir.
0.
How many? You forget about X equal to 20, that variable.
One.
Not. What is the reference count of this object?
sir.
1.
1.
One variable pointing.
1.
But slowly I modified X value to 20. Now X is pointing to the new object. X is not pointing to this. What is the reference count now?
0, sir.
0.
0.
Reference count of this
0.
object 10 is 0 means it is unused or unreferred, means no variable is referring it. No variable is storing its address. Means immediately garbage collector
Takes it.
Remove, sir.
removes this.
Removes.
Removes this. Now what is your answer? Just before I was asking you a query, right? What happens to the previous object 10? Whether it will be available or it will be
Is
removed, or yes, it will be
Removed.
removed.
It is moved to
Removed.
garbage collector.
Yes, right. Yes. It gets removed. Understood these 4 cases, everyone? So in
What
the
if X equal to 5, then also the new object will be created?
X equal to
5.
X equal to 5 means now later you want to say X equal to 5 here.
Yes.
If you
Yes,
say X
sir.
equal to 5, now try to comment on this, everyone. What X equal to 5 means one object 5 gets created with some new address. What happens to this 20?
Removed.
20 will be removed and X will be assigned new value 5.
5.
Yes, now X value is pointing to this. Now X equal to 20 gets removed, right? So whenever new value given, the previous value gets removed.
Sir, if address is same, then what?
If address is,
If address is same,
address
then
can be same only when can two objects can have same address if the values are same. X value 10, Y value 10.
okay.
Reuse the static address is created for variable, right? Sir? This is dynamic.
Yeah, I will show you practically now, right? So here observe case 1, print x address of x type of x. Case 2, two different variables, two different values, two different objects, two different addresses. Case 3, 10, 10, 10, x value 10, y value 10, z only one object. Fourth case, x is 10, x is 20. The previous one will be removed and the latest one will be available. Now observe this, right? So whenever we install Python, right? Go to the start program, check where your Python is available in this list. Where your Python is available, Python 3.11, the version what we have installed. The first thing what we see, IDLE, right? IDLE, right? Yes. Click this IDLE, right? So if anyone who has not attended yesterday session, the session, right? The online team has posted, see that videos, right? Total what all we have discussed till now, the videos you can see demo video link. And if you see that all that procedure, right? Course content, demo link, and this videos, whatever we have discussed, right? And this can just go through it. Fine. Now coming to this, now once again check this. Whenever we install Python, you go to the start programs I said and check where your Python is available within this, right? Within this Python 3.11, go to this IDLE, go to this IDLE, right? Yes. You will get this, shell gets opened. You will get this shell gets opened. If you want to interact, you can interact, right? 3 plus 4, 5 plus 6. File, new file, right? File, new file. Now, see this case 1. Case 1, right? Defining a variable, defining a variable. Okay, case 1. X value 10, print x. Print x, ID of x, type of x. Okay, print x means what is that? 10 it prints. Address of X means
Convert.
where exactly it is stored. Type of X means what type? Yes. Type of X means integer
Int.
value. Int
Integer.
value as you was an integer value, right? Yes. Come back. Int1 dot py, right? Yes. Run module. Okay. Printing the content, printing the address, and printing the type. Printing the content, printing the address, and printing the type. Print X means 10. Address of X. Type of X. What type? Integer type. Defining two different variables. Two different variables, right? Defining two different variables with two different values. Then two different objects gets created, two different objects. Two different addresses. Now X value 10, Y value 20. X value 10, Y is 20. Now try to answer. Print X, address of X, type of X. Print Y, address of Y and type of Y. Just observe this. Print Y, address of Y and type of Y. Address of X and address of Y, will it be same or different here?
Different.
Different, right? Different values, different objects, different addresses. First. We need run module, right? 10, 20 different values, different addresses. Int and int, right? Yes. Addresses are different. Okay. Contents are different, addresses also different. Observe this case 3 now. Yes. And case 3. What is case 3? Defining two different variables with
Same values.
same values, right? Same values. Then only one object gets created. Then only one object
Yes.
gets created and its address is returned. Two different variables with same values, then only one object gets created, its address is returned to both. X value 10, Y also 10. Now try to answer in, okay, first I'll save it. Of Y, is it going to be same or different here? Address of X and address of Y.
Both are having
Same
same
address.
address.
Same address, right? Same content, same address, and same time.
Time.
Run model. Check it. 10 and 10. Values are 10 and 10. See the address also same. Address also same. Type also same, right? Yes. Case 4. Now observe this case 4.
One variable with different values.
So yes, defining two variables with same name, right? Two variables X and X. Two variables with same name. With same name means X and X. And with different values. And with different values 10, 20. Then two different objects gets created. Then two different objects gets created. And the previous one gets removed, right? And the previous object gets removed. It gets removed. Yes, X value 10 and X value 20. What is the print X means? What is the X value it prints, right?
20.
20.
Address of X, address of X, address of 20. Type of X,
Int.
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 dot py. Yes. It prints the latest value 20, its address and its time, integer type, right? That's fine. Understood all these four cases? Anyone, any query in these four cases? Means how the variables are defined, how to print their values, how to print their address, how to print their type. Yes.
Can you show please how to save and execute that, how to run that program?
See, file, save option here. Just like normal notepad, how will you save? The same manner we'll save it. And for executing here itself, run option there. Run module. Right?
Okay.
So for executing also, you have got a shortcut. What is that? F5. If you just press F5 or function F5
Okay.
for executing. Right? And how to open this means, right? If you have installed Python, in the search panel, you can, if you type IDLE also, it's fine. IDLE. It's IDLE, right? If you click IDLE, then it gets opened. Otherwise, you can just go here and check where your Python available, right? Yes. 3.11. Right. Once. So any other queries, right? So next, I've got a query in case 3. A query in case 3, right? X value 10, Y value 10. Try to say the address of X and address of Y.
Will be same.
Same.
Same address, right? Same address. Now, if I give 10.0,
And then the
Different.
address is different.
Different.
address is same or different?
Same.
Different. Same.
Be- Before you answer, right? Try to say the type of Y,
Float.
type
Float.
of X, type of X.
Float.
Integer.
The float type of X is int and the type of Y is float.
Means type of X means one integer object. Type of Y means one float object.
Float object.
Here, 2 objects or 1 object?
Two.
Two objects.
objects.
2 objects with 2 different addresses, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Previously, X equal to 10, Y equal to 10, only 1 object, 1 address. But whenever you
Yes,
give
sir.
10.0, one integer object created, Y is one float object created. 2 different objects with 2 different addresses, right? Yes. So 10 and 10.0 are not same, right? One is integer object, one is float object. 2 different objects with 2 different addresses. See 10, 10.0. Address is different, right? Integer type and float type. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Now, based on this discussion, right now, data types, data types. Data types mainly are of 2 types. Data types mainly of 2 types. Fundamental data types. Collection data types. Fundamental data types, collection data type. Fundamental data types. Object to holding single value. What is that? Object to holding single value. Object to holding group of values. Collection means the name itself saying collection of values, group of values, set of values, right? Object to holding
Group of values. We.
object holding single value, object holding group of values. Object holding single value means example X equal to 10. One object created with value 10 with some address. The address is given to X. Means here object holding single value. Object holding single value, right? Object holding single value, right? An object holding group of values. Object holding group of values means example of this. Okay. Here object holding group of values, object holding group of values. Object holding single value, fundamental data type. Object holding group of values are collection of values that it is.
So we are not hearing.
Okay. So object
Hello?
holding object holding single value, object holding group of values. Understood this. Now fundamental data types. 5 times. Fundamental data types are of 5 types. Integer. Mainly there are of 5 types: integer, float, boolean, string, complex. Age 25. Age 25. Float, right? Something like height 6.2. Boolean which returns either true or false. String, like something sequence collection of characters. City Hyderabad, right? So Hyderabad is a sequence collection of characters. Complex means X plus IY, real and imaginary. But in Python, instead of 5, we say J, right? Later I discuss about it. So integer, float, boolean, string, complex. Collection types, 4 types of collections. Group of values, right? First, like list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Collections, 4 types of collections: list, tuple, set, and dictionary, right? List by represented using square bracket, tuple by using normal braces, set by using curly braces, dictionary by using what? Key and value. X equal to list of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. List of values. Example, right? Y equal to tuple of values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. By seeing the braces only, you should identify what type of collection it is. If curly braces, it's a set type. And dictionary, if you talk about this dictionary, right? W equal to name Ajay, age 25. Name Ajay, age 25. Key and value. This is key, this is value. This is key and this is value. Right? Key value. Name Ajay, age 25. City Hyderabad. key and values, right? In this way. So understood, right? So in this we'll be discussing in brief about this collection types later. List indexing, list properties, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, all this, right? And tuple indexing, tuple functions, tuple methods, tuple addresses, sets and dictionaries. We'll be discussing fundamental types. In that, string has got a lot of discussion. String indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Yeah. Fine, that's fine. So understood, right? Fundamental types, collection, fundamental data types, collection data types. So yes, any queries you have got as part of today's session, right? How to define variables? I discussed 4 cases. Python dynamic data types. Python supports dynamic data types, right? Fine. Yes. Any
No,
more query? Any queries? Yes.
no, sir.
So as part of this, right, see, as I already showed you that course content, you can also check in the chart panel. The course content link is provided. We'll be discussing in brief, right? Step by step, each and everything. Python basics, Python operations, operators, IDs in Python, flow controls, looping statements, strings, collections, lists, list operations, list tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python. So modules in Python, packages in Python, right? Errors and exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming in brief, right? Regular expressions, Python database connections, date and time related, operating system related, advanced concepts, iterator, generators, closures, graphical programming, Excel workbook, right? Working with Excel files, data analytics, right? Like pandas, numpy, matplotlib model. Some introduction to data science also will be provided, right? Pandas, numpy, and matplotlib. This is for Python, right? Different modules and how to create our own modules. And anyone who go for Django, right? Web development can go for this Django web frameworks, this one, right? Total Django with 20 plus applications creations I'll be showing you, and also you'll get this UI technologies free, right? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript in brief, right? And also like MySQL and a project. So already I said for Python the fee structure is 5K, and for this the other things also like web development, Django for all this is 5K, but as a combo you can just pay 9K, right? That's fine. So the payment details process, everything's provided in this chart panel. You can just go through everyone. So tomorrow, so already we have provided the sessions, right? 3 sessions. Tomorrow the link is going to change, right? So you need to get enrolled. You need to get registered, right? So tomorrow you will be getting the link to your mail IDs, right? And also don't forget to send the screenshot of your payment to this DURGASOFT online training. It's provided that mail ID, right, in the chart panel. And for further reference, right, you can have the details of this contact details of this, right, online team. But if you're not got the link, other things, you can just give a call. And a WhatsApp group will be created tomorrow. Tomorrow a WhatsApp group will be created. So you'll be added into the WhatsApp group, right? So if any error, you can just take the snap of the error and keep in that group. Anybody can answer. I'll be answering, right? For technical discussion, right? It's only for, okay. Any others? So notes also will be provided once from tomorrow. You will be getting notes daily. Like every alternate days, you'll be getting the notes, and every day you'll be getting the recorded video. Yes. And once we enter into this, once we complete the concepts, even assignments also you get, right? So get registered, get enrolled, and tomorrow you'll be having a new link forwarded to your mail IDs. So any other queries, right? Any queries from your side, anyone?
No, sir.
Fine,
Sir,
right?
I told you about the Microsoft. Sir.
Microsoft certification.
No, sir. Microsoft store using my ideal is opening from Microsoft.
Your ideal is not getting opened.
Yes, sir. The CMA is blocked into Microsoft store, sir.
Okay.
I can find Python one version out there, but it's not having one command set. It's directly executable the file as soon as I get the command.
So tomorrow at the start of the session, you can share your screen, right?
good course.
Fine. So I'll just sort out your problem. Still, if anyone got problem in the installation, in Zoom, we can see the share screen option available, right? So at the
Oh.
start of the session, if anyone has facing problem with installation, I'll just.
That is because of path issue. I think.
So whatever it is, so once again, if anyone facing the problem, just for 5-10 minutes, I'll show you the installation once again. And otherwise, you can just share the link within 2 minutes. It's not a big thing. Python installation or Python working with Python, right? Yes. Yeah. So I'm stopping from now. Okay, meet you tomorrow, same time. But the link is okay. Fine.
Come somewhat earlier, sir.
So no. Actually, these were that free sessions, right? But daily session starts at sharp 8 p.m. right?
Okay.
So once the link is changed, that from tomorrow the link sharp like 8 o'clock the class starts. Sharp at 9 o'clock it stops.
Okay.
The complete course will be at 8 only, sir.
Complete course, yes, it will be at 8 p.m. only, right? Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sir, at what time Django and UI classes will be held on weekends? I want to complete it earlier.
So the Django classes will be held in morning sessions, right? Somewhere 9:30. Okay. So multiple. Please be in. So multiple batches will be starting, right? You will be intimated 1 week before, right? So there is a batch going to start next week, like that. You will be intimated if any batch starts. Okay, fine. So I'm stopping here. We'll continue tomorrow, right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Make it.